still in the borough of Stoystown, heading eastbound. The right turn we just passed is for westbound US Route 30, but we need eastbound US 30 straight ahead here, as we are on our way to the Flight 93 Memorial Park. We will cross this bridge here over the modern alignment of US 30, make a sharp right turn down the hill, and then we'll join the modern alignment of US Route 30 eastbound. The sign tells us it's about 28 miles from here to Bedford to the east. It's also a little bit over 10 miles from here to the Eastern Continental Divide to the east, and it should be just under 4 miles for us to get to the Flight 93 Memorial Park. If we were to turn around and go the opposite direction from here, it would be about 68 miles to get to downtown Pittsburgh if we were to stay on US Route 30 the entire way. We have just crossed Stony Creek River. Stony Creek River, by the way, is about 45 miles in length. It joins the Conemaugh River at Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and the Conemaugh River in turn becomes the Kiskiminetas River at Salzburg, and the Kiskiminetas River flows into the Allegheny River. Of course, the quickest way for us to get to the Flight 93 Park from here is to continue on the modern alignment of US 30. But we've done that before, so up ahead, there's going to be an old alignment of the Lincoln Highway. Actually, a very old alignment of the Lincoln Highway, I should say, bypassed long ago. And we're going to veer right and head that way. This is certainly quite a noisy road with the windows open. We better roll the windows up. Maybe that will quiet it down some. By the way, I'd like to point out quickly that usually when there is an original section of the Lincoln Highway and a newer alignment, the original section will bear the symbol Lincoln Highway while the newer alignment will bear the sign US Route 30. That, however, is not the case here, as we can see, where this entire section of Old Lincoln Highway does not carry a symbol for Lincoln Highway, indicating it was bypassed so long ago. Perhaps it was bypassed at roughly the same time that US 30 was first commissioned and laid out, and therefore the Lincoln Highway plaques went up on the newer alignment. Now, just down this hill here is the intersection with Lambertsville Road. Incidentally, Lambertsville Road is the only street that has a full cross intersection with this old section of the Lincoln Highway. As I talked to you about earlier, The difference between the Lincoln Highway and the U.S. Route 30. U.S. Route 30 is part of the United States numbered highway system, sometimes called the federal highways, but not to be confused with the interstate highways, which were formed under President Eisenhower in 1956. The U.S. highway system was approved on November 11, 1926, and one of the first highways to be commissioned with the new United States numbered highway system was indeed U.S. Route 30. Incidentally, Wisconsin was the first state in the U.S. to number its highways, erecting their signs in May of 1918. Other states soon followed, and in 1922 the New England states got together to establish their own six-state New England routes. But before the U.S. highway numbering system began, and even before the Wisconsin state highway numbering system began, there was a system of auto trails, which were an informal network of marked routes that existed in the early part of the 20th century, and they were marked with colored bands on telephone poles. The trails were, of course, intended to help travelers in the early days of the automobile. And the Lincoln Highway is the most famous of all these auto trails, and it was the first one to be transcontinental, going from Times Square in New York to Lincoln Park in San Francisco. By the way, US 30 goes from Atlantic City, New Jersey to Astoria, Oregon at an intersection with US Route 101. Yet for two-thirds of their respective distances across the nation, the Lincoln Highway and the US 30 do run together. Now, right up ahead here, we can see where we are about to rejoin the modern alignment of US Route 30. Notice how this old Lincoln Highway we are on would actually go straight ahead into the modern alignment, whereas the modern alignment, which ran parallel to us and to our north, is coming in on our left-hand side. And now we can see the sign that we have been waiting for, the Flight 93 National Memorial Park, which is just up ahead to our right.